Back to basics. Let's talk about cones today, shall we? What is a cone? Well, a cone is basically a cylinder with two chunks hacked away from it. And that makes sense when you look at the volume, because if I were to take a cone, or a cylinder rather, and hack off one chunk and hack off two chunks, I'm left with one chunk, or 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder. A volume of a cylinder was pi r squared h. This is 1/3 of it, which tells us that the volume of a cone is literally 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder with the same height and with the same radius. No crazy extra stuff. It's just literally 1/3. Math. So let's find the volume of this first one. Okay, I have a regular old cone. I'm given my radius right there. That's the eraser, so let me try the pen. That's my radius right there. It doesn't go all the way across. That's my height. My height is the number that goes straight up and down. Okay, and I'm going to write out my formula. V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Knowing what I know and plugging in what I labeled, volume is going to equal 1/3 pi. R squared is 2 squared. H is 8. Okay? That's very hard to do in your head, so I'm going to ask a friend. What is 1/3 times pi times 2 squared times 8?
The answer is approximately 33.5103.
So 33.51, we'll leave it at 33.5. Okay. My unit of measure is inches. And since we're dealing with volume, you have to cube your inches. Whenever you have volume, you cube your unit because a volume represents a 3-dimensional figure. And cubing things like a cube is 3 dimensions. Cube 3. Okay, 33.5 inches cubed. 33.5 inches cubed. Anything extra, just 8 feet? Yeah, we'll move my face right there. All right, so I have the height right there. It's 9. I have I don't have the radius. I have the diameter. The diameter is the entire way across. I don't want the diameter. I want the radius. The radius is literally half of that diameter. So my radius is going to be 4 feet. Be careful. Never plug in your diameter. Volume is 1/3 pi r squared h. So volume is 1/3 pi 4 squared times 9. Again, ugly math. Let's consult our dear computer friend. What is 1/3 times pi times 4 squared times 9?
The answer is approximately 150.796.
So 150.79 is going to be 150.8. Okay, 150, let me make that point a little better. My unit of measure was feet, so I'm going to say feet cubed because, again, we're talking about volume, and volume has to do with 3-dimensional figures, 3-dimensional like a cube. Ice Cube, the rapper. Remember him? This is a composite solid. A composite solid is when you take two different solids and glue them together. The way you find a volume of a composite solid is you find each individual solid that you can decipher and then add them up. I have a cylinder on the bottom of a cone. They share the same radius. So let's do the cone first because why not? Cone. The volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. I'm going to assume that 13 happens to be my height. If it's not, I'm assuming. So you could do Pythagorean theorem if that is the case, but I'm assuming that that's the height. And I'm going to make it the height because this is my problem. This is my video. If you did do Pythagorean theorem, you'd get 12. Anyway, 1/3 pi. My radius is 5. My radius for both of these shapes will be 5. My height for the cone is 13. So I have 5 squared times my height, which is 13. What is 1/3 pi times 5 squared times 13?
The answer is approximately 340.339.
So 0.339 is going to be 0.3. And that's going to be centimeters cubed. I'll wait to write that out until the very end. That's my cone. Now I must find my cylinder. My cylinder is the other equation, and the equation insanely similar to that of a cone. Pi r squared h. This is my cylinder down here. It has the same radius as the cone did, but it has a different height of 2. So the volume of the cylinder is pi 5 squared times 2. What is pi times 5 squared times 2?
The answer is approximately 157.08.
So 0.08 is going to be 0.1. Now that I have my cone up here and I have my cylinder down here, I'm going to glue them together. And the way I show my final answer is by adding those two up. So 340.3 plus 157.1.
The answer is 497.4.
My unit of measure is centimeters. I'm talking about volume. I'm talking about volume here, which is a cube. Hey, I'm talking about volume here. Forget about it. Okay, that should do it. Bye.